Hey y'all, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is MOGIBETH, and for those of y'all who are new here, I own a six-figure reselling business selling mainly women's clothing on places like Poshmark and eBay, and today we're doing a video that I haven't actually done in a while. It's a regular old thrift with me. I've been going to the bins so much recently. I'll link up my most recent bins video on the screen. But today I want to just go to the good old thrift store, the traditional Goodwill, and see what we can find. So I am at one now, and then hopefully we can fit another one in and find some really great stuff. So I'll take you into this Goodwill with me. I'll do the haul for that one, and then I'll take you into the other Goodwill and do the haul for that one as well. So let's get going. Alright, so I beelined to the only new rack that was out, that brand Willow. I think I've heard of it from a recent thrift haul from someone that was watching on YouTube, and it's a Lag and Look brand, so it kind of made me pause, but I decided to go ahead and pass. They wanted $14.99 for those 7 Guinevere jeans. So I was going through the jeans. I always go through the denim section first. It's just my favorite category to sell. This Alina NYDJ I've sold before. If it was a bigger size, I would have picked that up even in $12.99, maybe not. But if it was $9.99 or lower, I probably would have picked it up because NYDJ in certain styles does really well. So those Free People jeans were $14.99, but they're half off because blue tags were half off. But after looking them over, as you saw there were a lot of stains. So usually after the denim wear section, I head on over to the pants section because I tend to have a lot of luck in those two sections at this particular thrift store. But this time I decided to go to the dresses. This is actually a Moulinette Sours, which is an Anthropologie brand dress I've sold at least once or twice before. Athleta is a brand that I've been really wanting to pick up more and more of lately, but that dress was way too pilled. But the reason I'm going insane with this one, actually, it was far too pilled to pick up. I actually ran into that same dress later in the day in a size extra large, but it's a little older of a piece. And same with this J. Crew dress. It's from holiday or winter 2013, so I decided to pass. And this soft joie romper is something I would have been really excited to find like 2 or 3 years ago, but nowadays I never pick up soft joie. But I wanted to go through the dresses section because dresses are a category that's gonna really explode over the next few months as we enter into spring. It kind of doesn't do quite as well during winter, but it's definitely my number one category overall, and it does it particularly well in the months of April and March. So I found actually quite a few cute shoes to purchase, but they were all priced too high. Those Naturalizer wedges that were in like new condition I would have picked up if they were not priced at $15. These Dexter I would have picked up if they weren't priced at $20. And that's a good brand. And at this particular Goodwill, and a lot of these Goodwills, they're just pricing things so high, and so that's one of the reasons why I really do like shopping at the bins these days. Of course, I had to go through the maternity section. You can see my little bump there a little bit. I am now 21 weeks pregnant, well, 21 and a half as of posting this video, so I'm showing more and more, and just for personal reasons I need to find some maternity clothes, but also maternity wear is one of my favorite categories to sell, so whenever I do find a good maternity piece to sell, I definitely pick it up. I also wanted to try out the swimsuit section, which was kind of mixed in with the sports bras, so I went through that, and I actually did end up finding one really good piece in the swimwear section that I'll show you later on in the haul. Okay, so I spent maybe an hour and a half or 2 hours in there, and I found 6 items, so not great. It's hard going from the bins to the thrift store, especially when the thrift store is not like amazing, because prices are just seem so high, but especially now I think Goodwill is pricing a lot of these items up, especially this store. But I still want to hit up another Goodwill, so I want to show you the haul from what I found at this Goodwill, and then I'll meet you back at the other Goodwill. I don't know how much time I'll have at that one, but hopefully we can find some good stuff there. Alright. Yay! Okay, it's time for haul number 1. By the way, I didn't steam these yet because I'm going to put them back in a bag so I'm taking to my office. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to share all of the items with you after each thrift with me. And I want to share, because this is a regular thrift with me, what I project my sales price to be, what I project my gross profit to be, which is my profit after cost of goods and Poshmark fees, and also what I project my gross profit margin to be. Okay, so let's start with item number 1. These are Patagonia shorts. These are actually called the light and variable board shorts. Got a little zipper pocket, a little snap pocket, and the logo. I purchased these for $6.99. Actually, another reseller was kind of like going through their stuff and put these back in the next item. I was just like, oh, I'll sell them. I don't project to make too much money from these, but Patagonia for me always sells fairly quickly, so I wanted to see if that's the case with these as well. I project the sales price to be $30 after checking comps, with a projected profit of $17.01 and a projected profit margin of 56.7%. And again, I've mentioned this previously in other videos, but this is with the assumption that I'm selling it on Poshmark and there's no shipping discount. So there may be a shipping discount in reality, and it may sell on eBay and have a lower fee, but that's the assumption for these numbers. Okay, so actually for almost everything in this haul, I didn't check comps. And it's because I was in such a hurry, and as you'll know if you watch this channel, I am a huge proponent of checking comps for everything. I actually did a fairly decent job though after getting home and checking comps, but there are a couple pieces which if I had checked comps I probably wouldn't have picked up. This is one of them, and I don't regret buying it, so to speak. I'll still sell it because I could return it, but because I think it actually will be a good experiment to see how well it does, but it's an older piece. So this is Soft Surroundings, and it's a size large. Soft Surroundings is a brand I used to sell a lot, actually. I used to have a source where I could buy it new about 3 years ago, and so I really enjoyed selling it, and it had a quick sell-through rate. But now I'm trying to purchase it pre-owned and see how it does and really kind of figure out what sells well. So this is a size large. It is a semi-sheer tunic with this sequin embellishing along the neckline. And so I thought this embellishment detail, paired with the fact that this is a tunic, which is great for spring and summer, which we're going into, made it unique enough to pick up. But also, being a size large also helped because larger sizes by Soft Surroundings do better. This was $7.99, but the blue tags were half off, so I purchased it for $4. After getting home and checking comps, I think that I'll have a sales price of around $25, which would give me a projected gross profit of $16.01 and a projected gross profit of 64.02%. So while my gross profit margin is higher than the previous piece, my gross profit is lower, and I do tend to focus a little bit more on gross profit in my business, but gross profit margin is definitely an important factor to consider when sourcing, and I've done a whole video on it, which I'll link up on the screen in case you haven't watched that. Okay, this was a pair of Madewell jeans, and these are actually called the Perfect Vintage Jean in Sumner Wash. They're a size 24. And they're in good condition, excellent condition. They were also half off though, which was great. They had only priced them at $7.99, which nowadays our Goodwills are pricing Madewell around $19.99 sometimes. So now it's becoming more and more difficult for me to find good Madewell jeans at Goodwill, but this one I found for only $4, so I was very happy about that. And based off of comps, I project my sales price to be $40 for those jeans with a projected gross profit of $28.01 and a projected gross profit margin of 70.01%, which is why I love selling Madewell jeans. They may take a little bit longer to sell because they're size 24, but still, I pick up all sizes by Madewell, and I really, really love selling Madewell jeans. Okay, the next one is actually a piece I've sold very recently. I think I've mentioned it in a couple of videos, but this is a swimsuit, and it's by the brand Miracle Suit. Here is the tag, and it is a size 12, and Miracle Suit is really popular swimwear brand when it comes to one pieces because it does a good job. First, it has really good padding. The padding actually goes all the way up the straps, which is nice. And it does a really good job of like sharing the fabric here and having some like tummy control. So it's a really popular brand. I'd previously found it at the bins and sold it for $51 after a very short period of time. So when I saw it at the Goodwill, I definitely wanted to pick it up. I purchased it for more than last time, but $6.99 is what I spent on that swimsuit. And so based off my recent sale, I projected a sales price of $50 with a projected profit of $33.01 and a projected profit margin of 66.02%. So I was really excited to find that swimsuit again. I would pick it up again and again if I could. All right, the next piece is actually another brand similar to Soft Surroundings that I am trying to experiment more with, and it's Athleta. This is a 6 petite. These are called Gramercy Luxe trousers. They have little snap buttons on the ankle, and they're a wide leg pant with this white racing stripe along the side. I spent $6.99 on those, and I actually did check comps when I was in the store on those because they do include the style number on the materials tag, and decided, okay, let's go ahead and try it out because again, I'm experimenting more with Athleta and learning more and more about what sells well and what sells quickly. But Athleta is a brand I've been sleeping on for a long time that I'm now actually really excited to pick up more. So I spent $6.99 and I project my sales price to be around $35. And then with a $35 sales price, that would give me a projected profit of $21.01 and a projected profit margin of 60.03%. Okay, the last piece is one of my favorite categories to sell. I've been talking about it a lot recently, and it is formal wear. This is a dress by the brand Escape, and I will show you the tag. I really like selling Escape. It's a brand that I probably previously, before having experience selling it through liquidation, wouldn't have gravitated toward, but it sells really well. And this is a size 10, and this is a beaded cap sleeve gown that has some ruching detail. The bodice is a mesh fabric and it's navy, and this is in really great condition. There are a couple of beads missing, and it has a little bit of pilling on the hem, which I think we can get out some of it, but some of it will probably remain. And based off those flaws, I project my sales price to be a little bit lower. If it was in new condition or really excellent condition, I probably would say it'd sell for close to $100. But because of the couple of flaws, I put it at a sales price of $70. Can I show how much I spent on it? I spent $14.99 on this gown. So that would give me a projected gross profit of $41.01 and a projected profit margin of 58.59%. So making a $40 profit on a dress that I purchased at Goodwill is exactly what I want. And that's why I love selling this category. And really, a lot of resellers skip over it. So I typically don't have a hard time finding formal wear gowns in this category. And again, I say this every time, but I will link up on the screen. I did a video on formal wear in case you want to learn more about brands and so forth. All right, that's what I found at the first Goodwill, and that is my little haul. Now let's go to Goodwill number 2, and I'll meet you back here and do haul number 2. All right, no surprise, I am back in the denim section, and I came across this great pair of mother jeans. I was so excited. It was only priced at $7.99, but it had so much dimpling along that middle seam there that I just couldn't swing it. I couldn't justify picking it up. Then I found a pair of Madewell jeans that I'll show you later on the haul, but the patch was in really good condition, which is what I look for, and so and it was a recent style, so I decided to pick it up. This pair of Madewell jeans didn't have the leather patch on it. I actually thought it was a pair of jeans that they sold exclusively at Nordstrom, which is sometimes what Madewell does these days, and so I looked it up to see if it was ever sold on the Madewell website, and it was, but because it didn't have a leather patch pocket and also the inner tag was a little different, they must be changing things up, and I talk a little bit about that in the haul too. That was a brand, Blair by 7, that can actually do well sometimes, but often when I find it, it just has a lot of dimpling because it's a denim, stretch denim that has a high amount of elastic in the fabric content. But if you find it in excellent condition, it's definitely worth checking comps on. I went through the pants section. Pistola is a brand that I sometimes like picking up, but they had that marked that up way too high. Leafstottier is an old Anthropologie brand I definitely pass on these days. Here's some Vince leather sneakers and pointed toe that they had priced really high, and they were also banged up quite a bit. It's interesting, spoiler alert, didn't find any shoes in this whole video, which is kind of a bummer because I really do love selling shoes. But again, they had them priced pretty high, and just none of them really stood out to me as something that, especially going into spring, I would want to pick up. Boots. Those were Fit Flop boots that actually I was really interested in, but I think they had them priced too high. So I ended up passing on everything in the shoe section. And last thing, I headed over to the dress section real quick to see if I could find anything. I had like a few minutes at this point, and I actually didn't get to go through all of the dresses, but maxi dresses especially is one of my favorite things to find. Oh, Soma is a brand that some people love picking up, and so if I had more time, I would have checked comps on it. Torrid, this was new at tags, but I didn't really like the style, so I decided to pass. Okay, so I had an appointment that I had to run to, so I only had literally 30 minutes at that last Goodwill, but I think ended up getting 6 things, so I will show you that in the haul now, and then after that we're going to jump into one more Goodwill actually and see what we can find. This Goodwill that I'm at now is very hit or miss, but I'll meet you back there after this little haul. Okay, time for haul number 2. This is the first piece that I found. I found it on a new rack, and it is really, really cute. Wide leg Madewell pants. $12.99 is what I spent. These are a size 27 petite. Super cute. Patch pockets on the back. Really, really cute. They're called the Madewell Petite Slim Emmett Wide Leg Crop Pants. They're actually from a recent season, so there really weren't a lot of available comps on Poshmark, which is great. The sold comps also looked really good. So I put a projected sales price of $40, but honestly, if those pants are in high demand, I could see them going for more because there's currently none available in that size. So with a $40 sales price, my projected gross profit would be $19.01. and I would have a projected gross profit margin of 47.53%. And that's something I talk about in my checking comps video, which I'll link up on the screen. And it's really about checking both available comps and sold comps when deciding to pick something up. Okay, I said in the previous haul that there were a couple pieces that I probably would have left behind if I had actually followed my own advice and checked comps, but I was in a super big hurry, especially with this particular trip, so I didn't check comps on this piece, and I wish I would have because this is definitely an older style. But again, I'm actually trying to learn more about what sells well within this brand as well, and sells quickly, and the brand is Patagonia. This is a size 14, and it's 100% hemp, so it's got a few things going for it, which is why I picked it up. I spent $9.99 on these. And these are these wide leg pants with this kind of skirt flap and this cargo pocket on the side. So this is a really old style. I really couldn't find it anywhere online except for the Patagonia Wear Worn website. They had actually sold that style previously on the Wear Worn website, which is Patagonia's website where they sell their pre-owned Patagonia pieces. And they named these the Island Wrap Pants, even though there's a newer style called the Island Wrap Pants that doesn't look like that. But anyways, I spent $9.99 on them. I'm projecting, and this is really a shot in the dark based off of the other style, but it could go for less, it could go for more, who knows. $35 sales price. And that would give me a projected gross profit of $18.01 and a projected gross profit margin of 51.46%. So we'll see how that goes. I mean, it really could end up being the case where it just sits forever and then I just sell it for 15 bucks to offload it. I don't know. We will see. Okay, the next piece I actually did, is the only piece in this thrift store that I did check comps on. And after checking comps, I knew I wanted to get it. But this is a brand I really love selling. It's Nick and Zoe. It's a more mature brand. And I really wanted to pick these up because they're size 16, which is great. These are called the Wonder Stretch straight leg pants. And it's in blue or navy. And these had a cost of goods of $7.99. Most recent comp in this particular size, style, and colorway, used, pre-owned, was $70. So that's great. I put a projected sales price of $40, just to kind of be a little bit more realistic, but honestly it could sell for more. And then a projected gross profit of $24.01 and a projected gross profit margin of 60.03%. So I am excited to see how those do. They could go for more. And hopefully, being the popular style that they are and the size, it'll go quickly. Okay, I found a couple of Madewell jeans at this Goodwill. The first is this Madewell pair of slim boy jeans, size 32. I paid $12.99 for these. They're in really good condition. The patch is in like new condition, and they're a more recent style. The raw hem, whenever something has a raw hem, I will double check the listing to make sure it wasn't done by a DIY excited person, but no, those come with a raw hem, so that's good. And so after checking comps on these, I projected sales price of $40, which would give me a projected gross profit of $19.01 and a projected gross profit margin of 47.53%. So the next pair of Madewell jeans, I actually did look these up when I was in the store. I might have mentioned this in the voiceover during the thrift with me, but I paid $14.99 for these. They are literally as new as Madewell jeans could get. I guess maybe a little bit older. They're from winter 21, so just like last December. And they are missing like the leather patch pocket. So I don't know if Madewell's just not doing that anymore. Additionally, the style tag, the little style tag, is no longer on paper. It's on polyester material. So I don't know if Madewell is making some cost-cutting measures. It's interesting to see. But still, these actually had great comps because they're such a new style. And so I think they could sell for upwards of $60, $70, but I put a projected sales price of $55, which with that $14.99 cost of goods would give me a projected gross profit of $29.01 and a projected gross profit margin of 52.75%. But yeah, I was actually really surprised by that. I wonder what that means for Madewell and if they're doing that to all their jeans. Okay, so I didn't check comps on these. I rarely pick up J. Crew jeans, but something in me was just like, let's pick them up. I mean, I think it's because they're so new and in excellent condition, and they're size 34. So let me just show you the patch pocket. J. Crew. I paid $12.99 for them, so it wasn't like they were super cheap. They're also from winter 21, so they're super new, which means that there weren't any sold comps on that particular style. They're called the J. Crew full-length 90s classic straight jean and pool wash. They're still available on J. Crew's website, and I think they're on sale for like $96 or something. But there were a few listings available, new with tag, that were a little bit lower than I was hoping for, but there weren't any available in this particular size 34, so that's good. So my projected sales price for these jeans, I just put $40. Could go for more, could go for less, we'll see. And then a projected gross profit of $19.01 and a projected gross profit margin of 47.53%. I'm reading all this on my iPad. Okay, so that is haul number 2. Haul number 3, I'm actually really excited to show you because there are a few brands in there that I'll be curious to know if you know about. I think I've definitely talked about them sometime, either on this channel or on Instagram, Bolo stories or something, but there are 3 brands that I rarely find and I was excited to find, so I'm excited to meet you back here after going to the thrift store and then showing you what I got. All right. I told y'all I always start at the denim section. Hey, there is that brand again, Blair 7, and actually it was in great condition, but they had it priced at $19.99, so I decided to go ahead and pass. Those were Levi's premium, so I looked at it, but it wasn't really the right style, and the quality wasn't great. I found those Everlane jeans, $19.99, way too high to pay for Everlane, but this, oh my gosh, Anina Bing, so excited. I'll talk about it more in the haul. Definitely ended up getting those. Came across these Pilcrow high-rise jegging, also $19.99. That's a hard pass from me. Anthropology at $19.99 these days has to be an incredibly special piece, and that certainly wasn't one of them. So I went through the pants section. I actually did end up having a little bit of luck in here. I tend to like to go through pants. It's a category that I feel like a lot of resellers kind of skip over, but there's a lot of hidden gems in the pants section. So if you're not hitting up the pants section, here's your sign. Just next time you're in the thrift store, try it out. Rolas, I think I talked about this in the video where I talked about items I passed on, and it's an Australian denim brand that I like to pick up, but they had it priced at $19.99 again, so I did not. But here is the piece I did find that luckily wasn't marked up to $19.99, and I'll talk about that more in the thrift haul because it actually ended up being a really good piece. I decided after finding those Anina Bing jeans that I wanted to go through everything in the thrift store. Ended up not having enough time because they closed, but I went through shorts, skirts, the whole gamut of this section at the thrift store. This Madewell skirt was super cute. They had it priced at $12.99, which is high for a Madewell skirt. I put it in my cart, but then later I checked comps and realized it was not going to be able to be a profitable enough piece, so I ended up putting it back. I actually even went through the jackets and coats, even though I'm not going through those as much these days just because we're going into spring and summer. But I thought, hey, maybe the same person who donated the Anina Bing jeans donated a jacket. But no, they did not. The only piece I kind of considered was this Patagonia teddy jacket, but it was a kid's size medium, and it had some really gnarly matting along the collar and the hemline, so I decided to go ahead and pass on that, even though the other night I was on the RealReal and I saw that jacket actually on the RealReal. So Patagonia, actually, if you like purchasing Patagonia, the RealReal is a place where you can shop for it as well. This is a brand I really, really wanted to pick up, Arata. It is similar to Johnny Was, and it can garner actually a really good average sales price, but the pilling on that top was just really, really bad, so I ended up passing. Otherwise, I would have definitely picked it up because I rarely come across it, but I really love selling that brand. This is an old Bowden tag, and someone had put that BAM patch on it, which I thought was funny, probably to hide a hole. Okay, y'all, this is the moment I thought my life changed. I found this. This is a new rack of purses. Gucci scarf. Oh my gosh. And that little tag actually looked really convincing. I'm freaking out. Did I just find Gucci at Goodwill? I don't know. I got really excited. So then I went on my phone and checked comps. I checked to see what that style looks like when it is authentic. And I'll show you in a second if it ended up being authentic. But spoiler alert, I didn't leave on cloud 9 like I did think I would. But Steve Madden shoes with this clear PVC tend to do really well, so I wanted to get those, but they just weren't in good enough condition. Again, Sorel boots, was happy, but they wanted $25 for them, so I decided to pass. Sometimes I will pay up for Sorel, and I have in the past, but with those particular boots I didn't. So this Gucci scarf, that tag, it looks semi-convincing, but this is the tag that really gave it away. Not authentic, unfortunately. Oh my gosh, I really thought I found Gucci at Goodwill, but I didn't. A good thing I checked other, similar listings on Poshmark to see if mine was authentic, and after looking it over, it was clearly not. So, dang it. So close. But it's weird because Goodwill either knows it's inauthentic and they shouldn't be selling it because it's illegal to sell fake designer goods, and they priced it low accordingly, or they thought it was authentic and they priced it $7.99, which you saw the prices in this Goodwill. Seems hard to believe, so that's weird. But anyway, time for the last haul, and I found some good things in this Goodwill. I mean, I paid up for a bunch of them, but some brands that maybe you don't know about, and I picked up at least one brand for the first time after researching it today. So I'm excited to show you a few things that I got in this haul too. Alright, I had fun thrifting today with y'all. I'll see you at the haul. Alright, time for thrift haul number 3. I'm just now realizing I literally got exactly 6 pieces at each thrift stop. So we got a total of 18 pieces. And a lot of these are pants, which is great. I really like selling pants. So the first is a pair of Free People movement pants. And this is a style that after checking comps in the thrift store, I was really excited that I found these. They're called the Windy Meadow Solid Harem pants. I think they're a more recent style, but these are in excellent condition. And yeah, they've got that harem pant high rise going on. They look like they've barely been worn. And luckily, even though this Goodwill had priced everything up to $19.99, I got these for $6.99. So I was very happy to find those. And actually, after checking comps, I have a projected sales price for these at $40, which is great for Free People movement and Free People in general these days. I pass on a lot of Free People. And that would give me a projected gross profit of $25.01 with a margin of 62.53%. Yay, happy. But this is probably my favorite thrift find from the entire haul. I don't think I've ever found this brand at the thrift store, so I can mark it off my list. This is Anina Bing. Love selling Anina Bing. It goes on my 50 Bolo brand list. Let me know in the comments down below if you have any experience selling Anina Bing. I've received it in liquidation, but never thrifted. So this is the leather patch pocket here. Honestly, Anina Bing jeans are probably the worst category by this designer. But it actually comps still are fine and look good, especially since this is such a recent style and it's in excellent condition. But really what does well by Anina Bing is their t-shirts. She is really known for her graphic t-shirts, and then of course things like leather jackets and so forth can do really well. I paid up for these. Like they had everything priced up. They priced these up to $19.99, but these are actually worth it. So let me tell you what I project to make. After checking comps, I have determined a projected sales price of $80. I'll probably price it a little bit above $100 and then shoot for $80, which would give me a projected gross profit of $44.01 and a projected profit margin of 55.01%. So I really don't mind spending 20 bucks if it's gonna make me 44. And hopefully quickly, we will see. All right, this is a brand that I'll be really curious to see how this brand does. But actually, the morning I shot this video, I was doing some research on Bolo brands for Instagram stories, and every time I do research for Bolo brands in the denim category, I always come across this brand, and I haven't covered it on Instagram just because the performance can be really great or really poor. Comps are just all over the place. But when I found these, I decided to go ahead and pick them up and try them out. This brand, let me know in the comments down below if you know it, is Revice Denim. And they are actually known for a pair of jeans with stars on the butt. And if you find those, definitely pick them up. I think comps are still really great on those. These are called the Ruby Tuesday jeans, and they have that released hem with a raw hem there, and then 2 red and white ribbon racing stripes on the side, high rise. These are in great condition. I paid $9.99 for them. It's a popular style. I mean, there's a lot of sold comps on this style and they are all over the place. And so I was trying to kind of figure out what I think these are gonna go for. In this particular size, which is a size 28, there was only one available comp and it was priced at $48. And so I projected, based off of both of those data points, that I would have a sales price of $35, which would give me a projected profit of $18.01 and a projected profit margin of 51.46%, which is not like the best, but depending on how quickly it sells and for how much. It'll kind of inform me as to whether I want to pick up this brand if I find it again in the future, and also if I want to recommend it to y'all to pick up. Okay, so this is a brand I've definitely covered in my bread and butter Bolo list. I'm probably running out of number of times I can link things up on the screen, but I'll link it down in the description below in case you didn't watch that video. But City Chic is one of my favorite bread and butter brands to sell. This is a really pretty halter maxi dress, and it is a size medium, which is a size 18 with City Chic, and they actually did not have this marked up too high. They had it marked at $6.99, so I went ahead and got it, and it's perfect for spring. The style is called the City Chic Folklore Printed Maxi Dress, and after checking comps, I think it's actually going to sell around 30 bucks. Could go for more, because actually there aren't any available comps in this size, or I think at all in this dress right now, but based off sold comps, I chose 30. And then that would give me a projected profit of $17.01 and a projected profit margin of 56.7%. In City Chic, I mean, just in my experience, sells really quickly and really well. And so yeah, those numbers are fine to me if that ends up being the case. Okay, so yay, I got a pair of shorts, which again, trying to buy for spring and summer right now. These are Rag & Bone. This Rag & Bone, size 28. These are really a recent style, and they're in excellent, like new condition. These are called the Ellie shorts, and they're in this deep indigo. I love the design on these pockets. They have little snap closures there, and then the back pockets with this seam here. I really, really like that. I like these shorts a lot. Honestly, I'm tempted to keep them, except for they won't fit my pregnant belly this summer. They're size 28. Look them up. I spent $9.99. I don't know if I showed that to you. Spent $9.99 on these guys. And after looking them up and checking comps, I think they will sell for $40, which would give me a projected profit of $22.01 and a projected profit margin of 55.03%. Okay, last piece of the haul. This is a brand I'm curious to see. Do y'all know about it? I think I've talked about it in a denim a long time ago in my denim Bolo brand list, which I'll link somewhere down in the description at the very least in case you want to watch that, because it's still actually very relevant even though I think it's 2 or 3 years old. But this brand, Imogene and Willie, did y'all know about this brand? If you watched my video, should have. Is great. I really try to gravitate toward more recent styles by this brand, and this one definitely is. It's called the Josette Jean or denim Josette Jean. I don't know. Let's go with it. It's high rise, more of a skinny leg, and this is in excellent condition. It looks like it's never been worn. Paid up a little bit for these, not $19.99 but $14.99. After checking comps, I think it has a projected sales price, especially since it's such a recent style and wash, of $70 and a projected gross profit $41.01 and a projected profit margin of 58.59%. Okay, so my total numbers for the entire haul, got 18 items. I spent $184.83 on all of those items. I project to make in sales $795, and then I expect to profit, a gross profit, of $451.17 with an average gross profit margin of 56.75%. So not too bad. I would like to see that gross profit around 60%, but again, I didn't check comps this time around, so that's one reason why. And also, I feel like Goodwill is just marking things up a little bit more, which is making it a little bit harder to find things that kind of reach that 60% gross profit margin. But all in all, you know, I spent 2 hours, 30 minutes, and I think an hour and a half. So that's 4 hours for $451, because I'm gonna just drop this stuff off at my office and my employee's gonna deal with the rest. So not too bad. But yeah, let me know in the comments down below what your favorite piece from this video was. Let me know if you learned any new brands or anything at all. And I hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure you give it a big old thumbs up and subscribe to this YouTube channel if you haven't already. I know I had a lot of fun putting this video together. So I'll see y'all in the next one. Love y'all. Bye.